In 2016, Gaming Greg was YouTube royalty. He earned $50,000 a month playing Fortnite, bought a mansion with a pool shaped like a controller, and bragged, "Retirement? Bro, I'm 22." By 2022, Greg was broke. His channel died when Fortnite hype faded, his mansion foreclosed, and he sold his epic gaming chair on Craigslist for ramen money. His mistake? Zero financial literacy. No savings, no plan, just spend, spend, spend. That's why today we're tackling how to manage your money in every season. Because even if your season is a crypto winter or a side hustle summer, you'll never end up hawking your headset for snacks. Greg's story isn't rare. Money slips away fast when you treat it like confetti. But here's the good news. You don't need a finance degree to win. Stick around for 8 simple rules to master your cash, and if you're new here, hit subscribe. Because adulthood is cheaper when you're prepared. Let's start with the least sexy but most critical step, the emergency fund. Think of it as your financial airbag. You'll never care about it until you're in a crash. Take the panic of 1893, a recession so brutal, people traded family heirlooms for bread. One Chicago man even swapped his grandfather's pocket watch for a sack of potatoes. Why? No savings. Fast forward to today, 63% of Americans can't cover a $500 emergency. But hey, at least we have TikTok to distract us while our bank accounts burn. Here's the kicker. Emergencies aren't rare. They're as predictable as a plot twist in a reality show. Your car will break down. Your laptop will die mid-Zoom meeting. Your dog will eat something suspicious and demand a $1,000 vet trip. The question isn't if, it's when. So how do you win? Automate $50 a week into a high-yield savings account. In a year, you've got $2,600. In 2, $5,200. Enough to cover most surprises. Label the account Do Not Touch unless your car impersonates a submarine. But wait, there's a twist. Emergency funds aren't just for disasters. They're for opportunities too. Let's say your dream job pops up, but it's in another state. Without savings, you're stuck. With savings, you're packing boxes and yelling, "Adios, cubicle." Now, let's address the elephant in the room. But I live paycheck to paycheck. Start smaller. $10 a week, $5, heck, $2. The goal isn't perfection, it's momentum. Even a $500 buffer cuts stress by 90%, according to a Harvard study. And here's the irony. We'll spend hours scrolling for the perfect meme, but won't spare 10 minutes to open a savings account. Use apps like Digit or Capital to stealth save spare change. It's like a video game where you level up your safety net. Takeaway? Hide the debit card, literally. Bury it in a sock drawer. Tape it to your cat's collar. Make it harder to raid than Nicolas Cage's secret comic book stash. Bottom line, managing your money wisely starts here. Because seasons change, but emergencies, they're eternal. Let's talk about budgeting, the unsung hero of how to manage your money every season. A budget isn't a diet. Diets make you miserable. A budget is a GPS. It doesn't yell at you for taking a detour, it just reroutes you. Back in 1923, a study by the National Bureau of Economic Research found that households who tracked their spending saved 30% more than those who didn't. Why? Because ignorance isn't bliss, it's bankruptcy. Fast forward to today, 65% of Americans don't know how much they spent last month. But hey, at least we can track our Uber Eats orders in real time. Here's the irony. We'll obsess over our step count or screen time, but treat money like a mystery box. Apps like Mint or YNAB make it painless. Link your accounts, categorize spending, and watch the magic happen. Prefer analog? Try the envelope method. Cash for groceries, rent, and fun. When the fun envelope's empty, guess what? You're staying in and rewatching The Office again. Now let's bust a myth. Budgeting doesn't mean saying no to everything. It means saying heck yes to what matters. Use the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income to needs, rent, groceries, 30% to wants, that artisanal coffee you pretend to love, and 20% to savings and debt. Adjust the ratios like a playlist. Heavy on student loans? Bump savings to 15%. But here's the kicker. Budgeting reveals your secrets. That $100 a month on miscellaneous, that's code for I have a Target problem. And those late-night Amazon sprees, they're not investments. They're why you're eating ramen on Thursday. The lesson here, budget for guilt-free spending. If you skip coffee to save $5 but blow $50 on impulse buys later, you're just rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Allocate $50 a month for treat-yourself moments. Want a new game? Go for it. Just don't raid the grocery fund. Remember, a budget isn't a straitjacket, it's a roadmap. And if you get lost, reset. No shame. Even Google Maps recalculates. All right, let's talk about debt. The uninvited guest that overstays its welcome. It's not evil, but it's clingy. Managing your money wisely. Every season means treating debt like a bad ex. Cut ties fast and never let it back into your DMs. Take Victorian England, where people borrowed recklessly to buy ostrich feathers and top hats just to keep up with the Joneses of 1850. One London clerk, Edward Whitmore, famously spent his entire salary on a single silk hat, plunging his family into debtor's prison. Today, we're still making Edward's mistake, except instead of hats, it's $8 lattes and buy now, pay later schemes. Credit cards charge 25% interest, which is like paying Netflix $50 a month to not watch anything. Here's the kicker. Debt doesn't just drain your wallet, it hijacks your future. At $5,000 credit card balance, at 25% interest, you'll pay $6,250 if it takes 5 years to repay. That's a vacation for your bank. So how do you escape? Meet the two debt-destroying titans. First, the avalanche method. Targets high-interest debt first. Think of it as a math-powered bulldozer. You'll save the most money on interest, which is ideal for spreadsheet nerds who love watching numbers shrink. Next, the snowball method. Starts with your smallest debt. Pay it off fast, and suddenly you're riding a dopamine high. It's like leveling up in a video game. Small wins create momentum. Perfect for anyone who needs quick victories to stay motivated. Pick your fighter. Both work, but consistency is key. And if you're thinking, but I need my credit score, let's be real. A 750 score means nothing if you're paying banks $1,000 a year in interest. The takeaway? Freeze your credit cards, literally. Put them in a Ziploc, fill it with water, and stash it in the freezer. By the time you thaw them out, the impulse to splurge on a neon pink air fryer will have passed. Want a deep dive on the snowball method? Comment snowball below. If enough of you yell for it, I'll make a dedicated video breaking down every step. Bottom line, debt is a season, not a life sentence. Break up with it now, and your future self will send you a thank you note, written in ink, not ramen packets. Moving forward, let's talk investing, the ultimate hack for how to manage your money every season. Investing isn't gambling. It's not day trading meme stocks while microwaving ramen. It's about putting your money to work so you don't have to. Take Ronald Reed, a gas station janitor who died in 2014 with an $8 million fortune. How? He quietly invested in blue-chip stocks like Coca-Cola and Procter & Gamble for decades. No fancy apps, no Wall Street jargon, just patience. His story proves you don't need a six-figure salary to build wealth. You need time and consistency. Here's the kicker. The stock market isn't a casino. It's a ladder. For every person yelling about Bitcoin on Twitter, there are 10,000 ordinary folks retiring early because they invested $100 a month in index funds. Start with a low-cost S&P 500 ETF like VOO or SPY. Automate contributions. Forget about it. Let compound interest do the heavy lifting. But wait, there's a twist. Time is your secret weapon. A 25-year-old investing $30 a month at 7% annual returns hits $1 million by 65. Wait until 35 to start? You'll need to save $700 a month to catch up. The math doesn't care about your excuses. And for the skeptics, what if the market crashes? Historically, it always recovers. The Great Recession, the 2020 pandemic, both followed by all-time highs. Volatility is just the market's dramatic way of testing your resolve. The lesson here, use apps like Acorns or Robinhood to start small. Invest spare change from coffee runs or Uber rides. Turn your latte habit into a portfolio. Even $10 a week grows to $26,000 in 20 years at 7% returns. Bottom line, investing isn't a rich person game. It's a patient person game. And unlike Ronald Reagan's janitorial mop, your money never clocks out. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far and want more topics like this, comment more below. All right, folks, let's shift our attention to insurance, the grown-up version of a fire drill. You roll your eyes during the practice run until you smell smoke. Managing your money efficiently for every season means preparing for disasters you hope never happen. In 1889, the Johnstown flood devastated Pennsylvania after a poorly maintained dam burst, killing over 2,200 people and wiping out entire towns. Survivors lost homes, businesses, and livelihoods, and nearly none had flood insurance. Why? They assumed the dam would hold. Today, we're making the same mistake. Millennials are twice as likely to own a $1,200 iPhone as they are to have life insurance. Let that sink in. We'll insure our gadgets, but not our lives. Here's the kicker. Insurance isn't about you. It's about the people you love. Imagine leaving your family with a mortgage, funeral costs, and your secret eBay habit during a recession. Term life insurance for a healthy 30-year-old costs less than a Hulu subscription. Yet 40% of Americans have none. And health insurance. Skipping it to save money is like refusing a parachute because the plane might not crash. One ER visit for a broken ankle averages $3,000, enough to fund a vacation or a GoFundMe. But wait, there's hope. Bundle policies for discounts. Renter's insurance. $15 a month covers stolen laptops and Netflix binge-level couch damage. Yes, spilled wine counts. Disability insurance? It replaces income if you're injured, because thoughts and prayers don't pay rent. Here is a pro tip. Use online brokers like PolicyGenius to compare rates. And no, I'm invincible isn't a valid deductible. Guess what? Here's another fun fact to blow your mind. The first car insurance policy in the U.S. was issued in 1897 to protect against horse-drawn carriage accidents. Even back then, people knew life's full of surprises. Bottom line, insurance is the ultimate better safe than sorry. Protect your future now so life's surprises don't turn into tragedies. Now let's talk about negotiation, the ultimate life hack for how to manage your money. Every season, companies bank on your silence. They're counting on you to accept the first price, the default rate, the industry standard. But here's the secret. Almost everything is negotiable. Almost. No, you can't haggle at Target. I've tried, and security was not amused. In 2020, a college student named Leah negotiated her $1,200 ER bill down to $300. How? She called the billing department, said, "I'm broke, but I'll pay $300 today if you wipe the rest." They did. Why? Cash now beats chasing payments later. This isn't magic, it's basic human psychology. But wait, there's more. Salaries, rent, car loans, even gym memberships are fair game. During the Great Depression, families negotiated rent strikes to avoid eviction. Today, you can email your internet provider with, "I'm considering switching. Can you match this competitor's rate?" 80% of the time, they'll cave. Here's the kicker. Women and minorities often hesitate to negotiate, fearing they'll seem difficult. But guess what? The worst they can say is no. The best? You save hundreds or thousands a year. The lesson here, use the flinch tactic. When offered a price, pause, say, I was hoping for something lower. Silence is your superpower, let them sweat. And for the skeptics, I'm not good at this. Negotiation isn't a talent, it's a muscle. Start small. Ask for a discount on a dented can of soup at the grocery store. Yes, really. Build confidence with low-stakes wins. Did you know? The word negotiate comes from the Latin negotiatus, meaning to carry on business. Romans haggled for everything, including gladiators. If they could barter for a sword-wielding warrior, you can ask Comcast for a better deal. Here is an insider tip. Use phrases like, "Is this the best you can do?" Or, "What flexibility do you have?" during service renewals. I once saved $900 a year on car insurance by asking that exact question. Spoiler, they had flexibility. Bottom line, every no costs you nothing. Every yes funds your future. So channel your inner Roman trader and start asking. Moving on to the next topic, let's talk about lifestyle inflation, the sneaky villain of how to manage your money every season. You get a raise, a promotion, or a side hustle win, and suddenly your budget morphs from rice and beans to sushi and spa days. It's like celebrating a diet by eating a cake, a very expensive cake. Take the Gilded Age of the late 1800s. Tycoons like Cornelius Vanderbilt built mansions with 50 rooms, gold-plated ceilings, and pet peacocks. Then the Panic of 1893 hit. Many lost everything, proving that marble staircases don't pay the bills. Today's version? Upgrading your apartment because I deserve it, and then crying when rent eats 50% of your paycheck. Here's the kicker. Lifestyle inflation isn't just about money, it's about identity. Social media convinces us that a $7 latte in a trendy cafe equals success. But that's like using a Snapchat filter to fix your credit score. The fix? The one-year rule. When you get a raise, pretend it doesn't exist for 12 months. Bank the extra cash. If you still want that luxury car or designer wardrobe after a year, go for it. Spoiler, 80% of the time, the urge fades faster than a viral TikTok dance. And here's the irony. We'll mock celebrities for blowing millions on private jets, then swipe our cards for $200 jeans to impress strangers at Target. Priorities, people. The takeaway? Use invisible upgrades. Instead of leasing a BMW, invest in a retirement account. Instead of a $5,000 couch, buy index funds. Guess what? The average American spends $1,497 a year on non-essential lifestyle upgrades, enough to max out an IRA contribution. Imagine retiring early because you skipped a few designer handbags. Bottom line, lifestyle inflation is like sunburn. It feels fine in the moment until the pain hits. Stay vigilant, friends. Finally, let's talk about the final boss of money management, the seasonal checkup. Managing your money in every season means treating your finances like a car. Ignore the oil changes and eventually the engine explodes. Here's the kicker. Life changes faster than a TikTok algorithm. A promotion, a baby, a surprise dental bill, your budget needs to adapt. Set calendar reminders every 3 months for a financial health day. Brew coffee, blast lo-fi beats, and start with subscriptions. Cancel the gym membership you've used twice since 2019. Delete the streaming service you forgot existed. Free up cash for things that matter, like a pet llama fund. Next, dive into investments. Rebalance your portfolio to ensure it's not 90% meme stocks and 10% wishful thinking. Diversify like you're planting a garden. Tomatoes and zucchini, not just lottery tickets. Check your insurance. Does your policy still cover your side hustle as a knife juggler? What about that DIY roof repair? Update it faster than you'd swipe left on a bad dating profile. Finally, revisit goals. Saving for a house, a wedding, a midlife crisis camper van? Adjust your budget like a playlist. Swap out the sad songs for bangers. And here's the irony. We'll deep clean our closets every spring, but let financial cobwebs gather for years. The takeaway? Use apps like Truebill or Rocket Money to automate the grunt work. They'll flag unused subscriptions and even negotiate bills for you. Check out this interesting fact. The ancient Babylonians held annual debt forgiveness festivals, wiping slates clean. While we can't cancel student loans with a parade, we can reset bad habits. In summary, a seasonal checkup isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Miss a step? Forgive yourself. The goal is momentum, not martyrdom. There you have it. Today we've unpacked how to manage your money in every season, from building your financial airbag to negotiating like a Roman gladiator. Reflect on Gaming Greg's story. He traded mansions for ramen, but you? You're building a life where money works for you, not against you. As Warren Buffett says, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Because financial freedom isn't a myth, it's a choice. Let's make it yours. If you found this video helpful, I highly recommend watching my next video, which is the perfect complement to this one. Don't hesitate to share this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.